Hey, this is Ree here. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate all of you. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming full moon, which will be happening in Aquarius in Dhanishta Nakshatra. Om Klim Karike Namaha. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you would like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video. So this full moon will be happening on August 19th in Aquarius in Dhanishta Nakshatra. Now we have the moon in Dhanishta with Saturn, which is going to be at 23 degrees, a little bit further away, but Saturn is squaring Jupiter and Mars in the 4th house, which we will talk about. This is the wealthiest and the most famous, the most heard of people in the world, which is represented by the drum, which is why this is the nakshatra of musicians and artists, entertainers, but also athletes. It's the universal rhythm of life. This is in Aquarius rather than Capricorn, as Dhanishta encompasses both zodiac signs, and it is more those who are not in large-scale companies or corporations, but rather more independent, but still in a large group, circles, or alliances. There are 8 gods that represent this nakshatra. We won't go into all of them, but only the noteworthy ones that relate to this present chart. Now there's Appa, which translates into water. Now Saturn is conjunct the moon in the 1st house by sign and squaring Mars in the 4th house with Jupiter. So this can actually cause accidents with weather disasters in homelands. One example of this is in Montreal, where the water main broke in the last few days or so, which is causing major floods. Also, major hurricanes are happening right now, and the remnants of it are being felt in Toronto. So this can cause rain, storms, and that can affect the earth, such as landslides. But like I mentioned, hurricanes and such disasters. This is also represented by the deity of wind and the deity of fire. So you can imagine disasters with these elements can also come into play. Now, the Saturn square Mars-Jupiter is also squaring Venus in Leo. In Leo, we have the Sun and Mercury retrograde at the Gandanta point. So Leo is under distress. Leo is the 8th house, which can cause issues with relationships, marriages, business partnerships, and these can also be in the entertainment industry, sports, strained relations with children, authority figures, and leaders. This will depend on your chart. Dhanishta is known to be the nakshatra of marriage problems. This pada is usually good for marriage, but these aspects are not. Saturn is aspecting the Sun also by its 7th aspect, and these are enemies. Saturn is a representation of the people, the workers, and Sun is a leader. So as this approaches in degree, we'll see more opposition of these two. Saturn is the worker, which can cause strikes. Many will feel criticized and underappreciated and not receiving the recognition they deserve. Saturn is with the moon, meaning that the mind is feeling heavy emotions. And this is felt in the population: fear, distress, uncertainty, depression. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to feel this way. This is just how the majority might feel. Feelings are not true. The peace that you feel within is the truth. Saturn is ruling this chart, which is in Purva Bhadrapada, which is an ending, a transformation, a rebirth, but it's also events of death, pains, injuries, accidents, and it's ruled by the sword, which cuts things off and can be very destructive. This can be in relationships where the person ends up having a very darker side that we become aware of, or a side that was hidden from us all along. And this can be in business as well. Moon is in the 6th house, which is another indication of warlike activities, but it can also be health. Recently, the government and elites have been trying to scare us with more of these issues. This will make the population feel suppressed and limited as they push back against the leaders. Do not give in to fear. Saturn is showing a diabolical plan by the most wealthy, rich, and well-known, and this is for profit. Those in certain leadership positions will be making a lot of money. The 6th house lord is also debt. This shows that the population might feel that they are in debt, but also famous and well-known people will feel this as well. Some famous people or leaders could be sick or just say that as they are playing a role as a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde character. Someone who is one way inside, but a different way on the outside. With Rahu in the second house, there's a possibility for large ups and downs in money-related matters, huge gains, but also huge losses. Now, the 5th and the 8th house lord is Mercury, which, like I said, is at the Gandanta point. On August 21st, Mercury will re-enter Cancer in Ashlesha Nakshatra. This can signify a health scare as well as a crisis or challenge in the markets, speculative gains, the entertainment industry, and in the sports industry, especially because Danishta, like I said, represents the most wealthy, and this could have to do with sports as a decision can be reversed. We are reviewing the matters of August 1st to the end of July. So anything that happened around that time, we're going over it again. So you can think about what happened to you in your life during that time. And this is also the period of time when the market started to fall. The Sun and Mercury are in Magha Nakshatra, which is the throne. Those who sit on the throne will face opposition from the public as a decision may be reviewed, and this can be in health matters, but also including laws. Leaders will be more egotistical and self-absorbed at this time. A good thing is that Mars and Jupiter together can give us large amounts of courage to fight for what is right, to speak up for yourself. This can also be an indication of a holy war like we're seeing in Bangladesh right now, which I will have a video coming up about that. Let's pray for all the people and all the Hindus there. This is also affecting the music and entertainment industry, the most wealthy. A transformation is occurring and secrets are coming to light. People are not who they say they were and they are being deceptive. This may affect relationships with other countries and leaders and money. The most wealthy artists and the entertainment industry may have to go into a different direction or transform. Mercury retrograde is the government revising decisions that people don't like, and this can also be about gender, transport, travel, employment, debt. And also with Mercury retrograde in the Gandanta point, this can be a point of crisis that can involve communications, internet and phones going down, social media problems, miscommunications, not being able to understand others, such as a language barrier, or coming across in the wrong way. The professions that this will include is musicians, dancers, performers, anyone in the entertainment industry playing instruments or using their voice, anything with rhythm, any kind of creative artist. This includes anyone using the drums as well, anything in precious metal dealers. And I also saw that gold is going up, and that has a lot to do with this Mars and Jupiter conjunction. But we'll see what happens as Mars moves away from Jupiter. The price should start becoming a lot less. So this is sports and athletes. This is the real estate business. So we may see some issues in these areas. Business, those who deal in financial transactions, scientists and physicists, military people, a lot to do with the war. This also includes astrologers and people who use divination, psychic channelers, and mediums. And especially those who use the entertainment industry in order to put their predictions out. Anyone involved in holistic healing like Kundalini yoga, or anyone in the medical industry, surgeons, medical practitioners, anything with high-tech devices and electronic equipment. Basically, anybody who is very well known and dealing with large amounts of money. So that's just a little bit of what I see coming up with this full moon. I'll be back soon with videos that I'm actually in once my eye is healed because I broke a blood vessel in it from my sadhana. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.